Hi, hello, namaste. Welcome back to Needs of Children. Dear students, in the previous videos, we have discussed about that social science English medium model question papers, model paper number 1, 2, 3, 4, which was released by Kseab, Karnataka School Examination and Assessment Board has released those model papers we have discussed in the previous videos. In this video, we are going to get the information about state level SSLC Preparatory Examination 2025 and the subject social science English medium. The detailed description with the chapter wise we are going to analyze in this video. Let's come to the first main multiple choice question. There will be a 8 multiple choice question, 8 marks. Among that, first one. The newspaper Kesari was published by the 4 options. Option A, Gandhiji. B, Dadabai Navroji. C, Balagangadhar Tilak. D, Gopalakrishna Gokhale. And the right answer, option C, Gopalakrishna Gokhale. Students, this is the question. It is from history, the freedom struggle. So that you need to concentrate about the lesson freedom struggle. Let's move on to second one. The doctrine of lapse policy was implemented by option A, Cornwallis. B, Dalhousie. C, Wellesley. D, Warren Hastings. The right answer, option B, Dalhousie. So this is the question. It is from history, the extension of the British rule. Third one, the port that is called the gateway of India is option A, Kolkata. B, Goa. C, New Mangaluru. D, Mumbai. And the right answer, option D, Mumbai. This is the question. It is from geography, India, transport and communication. Even this was the question. It is repeated. That is from the model question paper. Let's move on to question number 4. The purpose of Article 24 of our Constitution is option A, prohibition of untouchability. B, prohibition of dowry. C, prohibition of child labor. D, prohibition of child marriage. And the right answer, option C, prohibition of child labor. And this is the question. It is from the sociology, social challenges. You need to concentrate about the sociology lesson, social challenges. Let's move on to question number 5. Truly the whole mankind is one is declared by option A, Ranna. B, Pampa. C, Janna. D, Ponna. The right answer, option B, Pampa. So this is the question. It is from sociology, social stratification. Let's move on to question number 6. The chairman of UPSC is appointed by option A, the president. B, the vice president. C, the prime minister. D, the governor. The right answer, option A, the president. This is the question. It is from political science, public administration and introduction. The lesson, it is from the political science, public administration and introduction. You need to concentrate about this question. Let's move on to question number 7. The example of direct tax among the following is import-export tax. B, goods and service tax. C, foreign travel tax. D, wealth tax. The right answer, option D, wealth tax. Students, this is the question. It is from the economics, economy and government. Let's move on to 8th one, that is last question of multiple choice. The significance of 15th March is option A, the World Consumer Rights Day, D, the World Human Rights Day, option C, the World Environment Day, D, the World Population Day. The right answer, the World Consumers Day. Option A, the World Consumers Day is the right answer. So this is the question. It is from the Business Studies, Consumer Education and Protection. So it is come to an end about first main. Let's move on to second main. Answer the following questions in a sentence. Total there will be a 8 1-mark questions. 8 1-mark questions. Each one carries 1 mark. Total 8 marks. Question number 9. First one. Why did Francisco de Almeida implemented blue water policy? Students, this is the question. It is from history. The advent of Europeans to India. Answer, to establish the supremacy over the sea instead of land. Question number 10. What was the main reason for rebellion of Bedas of Halagali? This is the question. History, the freedom struggle. Answer, the British banned the usage of weapons. The British asked to surrender their firearms. As a result of this, Bedas of Halagali, they rebelled against the British. Who is the father of public administration? Question number 11. So this is from Political Science, Public Administration and Introduction. The father of public administration, Woodrow Wilson. Question number 12. What is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is a process of action of an entrepreneur who undertakes to establish his enterprise. This is the question from Business Studies, lesson entrepreneurship. Question number 13. Sir M. Visvesvaraya is called the father of economic planning in India. Why? So this is the question. It is from the economics, economy and government. Modern planning was first conceived in India by Bharat Ratna Sir M. Visvesvaraya. In 1934, he published a book titled Planned Economy for India, in which he stressed the need for planning to achieve economic development in India. Question number 14. Which area receives the highest recorded rainfall in India? Students, this is the question. It is from Geography. India seasons. Answer, Mawsynram, region of Meghalaya, recorded highest rainfall in India. Question number 15. Prohibition of Prenatal Gender Determination Test Act is in force. Why? This is the question. It is from Sociology, Social Challenges. In order to stop sex determination tests of fetus through modern technology. As a result of this, the prohibition of Prenatal Gender Determination Test Act has been enforced. Second main, 1 mark question, last question. Why is aluminium called the wonder metal of the 20th century? This is the question. It is from Geography, India, Major Industries. The answer, aluminium is used in various types. Okay, let's move on to third main. This is about 2 marks question. Each one carries 2 marks, total 8, 16 marks. Among that, first one. Question number 17. India has always advocated universal human rights. How? This is the question. It is from business studies, political science, India's foreign policy and global challenges. India has always advocated universal human rights, oppose oppression, advocating protection of human rights in United Nations General Assembly. Fundamental rights are guaranteed in Indian Constitution. India oppose genocide against all forms of exploitation. India tries to protect human rights through United Nations and other global organizations. Established Human Rights Commission, State Rights Commission in this regard. When this question it has a choice, so we will go to choice question. The smuggling is dangerous to national interests. How? This is the question. It is from political science. Challenges of India and their remedies. Answer: dangerous to national interests, undesirable financial activities, the nation's industries suffer, market suffer, fluctuations in prices of domestic goods, anti-national activity, there will be tax evasion. So let's move on to next question number 18. So even this question also it has a choice. Among that, first one. Let's move on to question number 18. Briefly explain about Chipko movement. This is the question. It is a choice number 1. This question it is from sociology, collective behavior and protests. Answer for this: the government gave permission to chop down certain trees in Tehri Garhwal district of Uttarakhand. The people there realized that there will be loss of trees, realized their environment will be destroyed. So they hugged the trees and halted their destruction. In 1973, under the leadership of Sri Sundarlal Bahuguna and Sri Chandi Prasad Bhatt, as a result, the permission given to chop down the trees was withdrawn. So choice question 18. Choice question: explain the causes of child marriage. Students, this is the question. It is from sociology, social challenges. Causes of child marriage: gender discrimination, lack of education, lack of proper implementation of law, dowry system, lack of community participation, lack of child development programs, traditions and custom, superstitious, child trafficking, child labor. So let's move on to question number 19. How was Hyderabad merged into Indian Union? This is the question. It is from history, India after independence. Answer: Hyderabad was under the Nizam's rule. With the intention of remaining independent, the Nizam refused to join the Union of India. Armed struggle of the farmers of Telangana under the leadership of communists, the Nizam's cruel army, the Razakar. Several hatred against Razakars. The Indian government sent an army, defeated the Nizam. Hyderabad joined the Union of India in 1948. Let's move on question number 20. Write about dual government system in Bengal. So this is the question. It is from history, the advent of Europeans to India. In 1765, Robert Clive brought dual government, implementing in Bengal. As per this, the British had the right to collect land taxes, whereas the Nawab had power over administrative issues like justice and others. Question number 21. Mention the effects of floods. This is the question. It is from Geography. India, natural disasters. Answer: loss of shelter, loss of property, loss of crops, affect telecommunication, affect electricity supply, trees are destroyed, damage to transport facilities, washing away the fertile soil, leads to dangerous diseases. Question number 22. Explain the features of cephalic range. Geography, geographical position and physical features. This is the question. It is from geographical features of geographical position and physical features from the geography first lesson. Answer: these hills are most recent formations. These are located in the southern part. They have lesser height. They are also called the foothills of the Himalayas. These hills have narrow strips of plains or valleys which are called dunes. For example, Dehradun, Kota, Patli, Chaukamba, Udhampur and Kotli. These are about 600 to 1500 meters above the sea level. Let's move on to question number 23. The pre-harvest technology influenced the Green Revolution how? So this is the question. It is from Economics, Economy and Government. Answer: usage of high yielding varieties seeds, use of chemical fertilizers, supply of water, uses of pesticides, irrigation facility, use of irrigation facilities, use of sprinklers and drippers, use of improved technology, protection from diseases. Let's move on to question number 24. So this is the last 2-mark question. What are the objectives of Consumer Protection Act? Students, this is the question. It is from Business Studies, Consumer Education and Protection. Answer: the Act accords importance for safety and quality, avoiding production and sale of dangerous goods, prevention of trade malpractices in the markets, supervision of quality, weights, measures and price, compensating the consumers, creating awareness, reasonable prices through healthy competition, ensure quality goods and services. Let's move on to 4th main. Answer the following questions in 6 sentences or points each. So these are 3-mark questions. Total 9 questions are there. 27 marks. Among that, question number 1, question number 25th. There will be a choice question for question number 25th. Among that, choice number 1. The 19th century in India, Indian history is referred to as the period of Indian Renaissance justified. This is the question. It is from History, Social and Religious Reform Movements. Answer: Indians' contact with the Western civilization, English education, growth of rationalism, questioning superstitious and the contradictions of their traditions, growth of scientific outlook, introduction of Western thoughts, ideas of democracy, freedom and equality. Indians were enlightened by Western education, efforts of social reformers supported by British administrators. Let's move on to question number 25th, the choice question, second one. Subsidiary alliance helped the British to control the Indian states justified. Students, this is the question. It is from the extension of the British rule. Answer for this: Indian states under their control through this policy. The maintenance of the army became easy for Britishers. I mean East India Company. The Indian states were subjected to severe economic exploitation. Many kingdoms were annexed. Hyderabad was the first state to enter into this agreement. Later, Mysore, Awadh, Tanjavur, Maratha Kingdom, Berar, Arcot, Pune, Gwalior increased the extension of the British rule, thus subsidiary alliance control Indian provinces. Let's move on to question number 26. Even this question number 26 also, it has a choice. Among that, choice number 1. List out the types of land use in India. This is the question. It is from Geography. India, land use and agriculture. The types of land use. Number 1, net zone area. 2, use of land for purposes other than cultivation, fallow land, grasslands, uncultivated land. So, choice question. List out the factors influencing the location of industries. So, this is the question. It is from Geography. India, major industries. Answer, availability of raw materials, energy resources, market, transport facility, availability of labor, port facility, land availability at low cost, technology, government policies. Factors influencing location of industries vary from one type of industry to another. So let's move on to question number 27. Even 27 also, it has a choice. Among that, choice number 1. Bank, how are bank accounts helpful for the people? Explain. This is the first choice question. This is from Business Studies lesson, Bank Transactions. Answer, bank account facilitates a safe custody of money. Bank account helps in making payments. Bank account helps in collection of money. Bank account holders get advance and loans. Bank account helps in smooth financial transactions. Bank account holders get safe deposit locker facilities. Bank advance money to agriculture, industries, traders, and all other sections of the society. So, choice number 2. Question number 27, choice number 2. How are entrepreneurs helpful for the economic development? Explain. This is the question. It is from Business Study lesson, Entrepreneurship. Answer, entrepreneurs promote capital formation by mobilizing the ideal savings of the citizens. They employ resources for setting up their enterprises. Entrepreneurs providing large-scale employment to artisans, technically qualified persons and professionals. Entrepreneurs help the country to increase the gross domestic product GDP and per capita income. Entrepreneurs encourage effective mobilization of skill, bring in new products and services of develop market for the growth of economy. Entrepreneurs enable the people to buy better quality goods at lower prices, which results in the improvement of their standard of living. Entrepreneurs promote the development of industries, reducing concentration of income and wealth. Entrepreneurs promote a country's export trade. Entrepreneurs work in an environment of changing technology and try to maximize profits by innovations. Development of agriculture and service sector, nurturing economic growth and development. Let's move on to question number 28. Even this question number 28 also, it has a choice. Among that, choice number 1. What is the role of Panchayat Raj institutions in the rural development? This is the question. It is from economics, rural development. Panchayat Raj institutions play a major role in enabling the rural people to participate in rural development. It is help to provide the basic facilities, encouraging the education. It is develop human resources, encourage the small scale rural and cottage industries. Village head should maintain the peace and order, more employment opportunities, nurturing the rural productive activities of agriculture, cattle rearing, poultry, fishery, social forestry, etc. Extending irrigation facility, development of agriculture, establishment of food processing units can be encouraged. For generation of employment and alleviation of poverty can be implemented effectively. MGNREGP, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Project and SGSY, Swarna Jayanti Gram Swarajgar Yojana. Various housing programs like Indira Awas Yojana, Ambedkar Valmiki Housing Program, Ashraya Yojana, Basava Yojana, etc. Through Suvarna Gramodaya Yojana, basic facilities can be enhanced. The public distribution system provided food grains, social welfare programs for old people, the disabled, widows, mentally retarded people, etc. To help all the self-help groups of women can be brought together. Social and cultural activities can be encouraged. Thus, Panchayat Raj institutions play a significant role in the overall development of rural areas. So, choice number 2. Question number 28, choice number 2. What are the aspects of non-tax revenue of the central government? This is the question. It is from economics, public finance and budget. Answer: the net profit earned by the Reserve Bank of India, the net profit generated by the Indian Railways, the revenue generated by the departments of posts and telecommunications, the revenue generated by the public sector industries, the revenue generated by the coins and mints, various types of fees and penalties. Let's move on to question number 29. The UNO has achieved in establishing world peace and solving problems. Substantiate. Answer: before that, this is the question. It is from political science, world organizations. This is the lesson. Answer: establishing world peace, resolved Korean conflicts, resolved Suez Canal, resolved Vietnam problems, working for the solution of Kashmir, working for Palestine, Israel disputes, efforts together the goal of disarmaments, declaration of human rights, efforts to end apartheid, efforts to end imperialism and colonialism, striving to prevail ill effects of global warming, trying to eradicate communicable and non-communicable diseases, solving economic crisis, trying to solve financial and international trade related problems through World Bank, IMF and World Trade Organizations. So let's move on to question number 30. So what are the difference between the organized and unorganized sector workers? So students, this is the question. It is from the sociology, work and economic life. First, organized workers. Work in organized sectors, guided by the rules and regulations, get fixed wages, pay taxes, get medical facility, pension facilities. They have specific hours of work, specific educational qualification, day-to-day work are recorded in written form. This is about organized workers. Whereas unorganized workers work in unorganized sectors, not guided by rules and regulations, not get fixed wages, not pay taxes, not get medical facility, no pension facilities. They have not specific hours of works. There are no special qualifications. Day-to-day work is not recorded in written form. So this is about question number 30th. Let's move on to question number 31. Explain the important features of Government of India Act of 1919. So this is the question. It is from history, the impact of the British rule in India. Answer. The act is also called Montagu-Chelmsford Reforms Act, argued in favor of providing more representations to Indians in the matter of administration. He was in favor of following people's participation in the formation of a government gradually. Act formulated bicameral legislative body, lower house and upper house were formed. Diarchy was allowed at provincial governments. A high commissioner was appointed for India, promised to improve local self-government. Provincial budget was separated from central government. Separate electoral college was extended for Muslims, Sikhs, Anglo-Indians and Europeans. Let's move on to question number 32. What were the results of Second World War? So this is the question. It is from history. World Wars and India's role. Answer. Witnessed the maximum deaths and injuries, social and political changes in the entire world. United Nations organizations replaced the League of Nations. USA, Russia, China, Britain, France became the permanent members of UNO. Russia and USA became the most aggressive rival countries. Cold War began. Britain, France lost many colonial establishments. Many colonial establishments became independent. USA used a nuclear weapon on Japan. Nuclear arm race started. So let's move on to question number 33. This is the last 3 marks question. Soil erosion leads to many problems. How? This is the question. It is from geography. India soils. Answer. Soil erosion leads to accumulation of silt in river beds, thereby causing floods. With accumulation of silt in river course, changing direction of river's course. Due to accumulation of silt, the storage capacity of the reservoirs and lakes get reduced. Due to soil erosion, the volume of water percolating down gets reduced. Natural springs dry up, especially in vegetation dry up. Loss of fertility of the soil. Agricultural productivity is reduced. Groundwater reduced. Drought increases. Harm of vegetation. So this is about 3 marks question. Let's move on to 5th main. Answer the following questions in 8 sentences or points each. There will be a 4 mark question. Each one carries 4 marks. Total 16 marks. Among that, first one. Explain the role of Subhash Chandra Bose in the Indian freedom struggle. History, the freedom struggle. Answer. The efforts of Subhash Chandra Bose are unparalleled or milestone. He was a revolutionary fighter, 4th rank in Indian civil service examination. He rejected the prestigious post in the British service. Took an active part in the freedom struggle. He was popularly called Netaji. Organized the Indians in abroad. Travelled to Vienna, Berlin, Rome, Istanbul and other countries. Organized Indians for support their motherland. Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose established the Congress Socialist Party in 1934. He was the president at Haripur session of the Indian National Congress in 1938. A different opinion arose between the Gandhiji and Subhash Chandra Bose. Bose rejected to Gandhiji not request international help. President at the Tripura Indian National Congress session in 1939. The gap between Gandhiji and Subhash Chandra Bose widened. Stay within the Congress and fight the British suffered a setback. Disappointed with the Congress and Gandhiji's techniques, Netaji left the Congress and established a separate party called Forward Black. This party aimed to bring progress, fast changes. He opposed India's participation in the World War II on the side of the British. As a result, he was arrested by the British. He escaped from house arrest and left for Germany. He gained the support of the German dictator Hitler, established an army with the help of Indian war criminals in Germany. Through Azad Hind radio, he broadcast his speeches to the Indians. Ras Bihari Bose gave up the leadership of INA to Subhash Chandra Bose at Tokyo. He gave the call Delhi Chalo. Said, "Give me blood, I will give you freedom." Ladies' wing in the INA named Jhansi Regiment. Captain Lakshmi was the commandant of this regiment. Planned a military strategy through Rangoon to capture Delhi. They began an armed attack on the Burma border. Fierce fighting took place between the British and the INA. In the midst of this, Subhash died in a plane accident. And this question, it has a choice among that choice number 2. Explain the achievements of Krishnaraja Wadayar IV. This is the question. It is from the history opposition of British rule in India, in Karnataka and Wadayars of Mysuru. Answer. Krishnaraja Wadayar IV assumed power legally in 1902. Under his rule, Divans rendered a selfless service. Interested in spreading education, abolished fees in primary schools, helped girls' education, established Mysuru University, established the Indian Institute of Science. Scholarships were given to the education for foreign countries. Special attention for development of irrigation. A barrage was constructed across Kaveri near Bedagoda. New railway lines were laid. Legislative council was formed. Many small and large-scale industries were started. Iron and steel industry or factory, cement factory, paper mills at Bhadravati, sugar factory at Mandya, sandal oil factory at Mysore, soap factory at Bengaluru, chemical and fertilizers factory at Belagoda, and so on. Encouraged musicians, fine arts, art and architecture like Shama Shastri, M. Hirannaya, Veena Sheshanna, Sambhaya, Bidaram Krishnappa, Muttaya Bhagavatar, Vasudevacharya, T. Chaudaya, Krishnadevaraja Wadayar IV was a simple, nurtured and efficient administrator. Mysuru became a model state due to his administration. Mahatma Gandhiji called him as Rajashri. So let's move on to question number 35. How did the first war of Indian independence influence Indians? This is the question. It is from history. The first war of Indian independence. Answer. Rule of East India Company ended. The administration was taken over directly by the Queen of England. The administrative responsibility was handed over to the Secretary of Indian Affairs in British Parliament. In 1858, the Queen of England made a declaration. The agreements made by the East India Company with the kings were accepted. Ambitious expansion plans had to be given up. A stable government had to be provided to Indians. There would be a equality before law, promised religious tolerance, not to interfere in religious matters. The British realized that peaceful rule was not possible without support, trust, and confidence of Indians. This gave new root to Indian freedom movement. Indians understand Indians understood the inevitability of finding alternative routes to obtain freedom from the British. Establishing many organization, administrative changes, people organized themselves to protect their interest. The involvement of Indians in the process of lawmaking began through the Act of 1861. The new educated class emerged, established the Indian National Congress. Question number 36. Forests are important resources to both man and environment justify. So this is the question from Geography, India forest resources. Answer: pure air, food and fodder is provided. It brings good rainfall. It controls soil erosion. It is the shelter house for animals and birds. Medicinal plants are found in abundance. It attracts tourists. It provides employment opportunities. It controls ecological balance, protects biodiversity, provides forest products, increases fertility of soil. So let's move on to last one, 4-mark question, 37 question number. What measures were taken to improve the status of women in India? This is the question. It is from Political Science, Challenges of India and Their Remedies. The Ministry of Women and Child Welfare have been started. National and State Women's Commission have been established. Women Development Corporation has been set up at state level. Reservation for women. Saki One Stop Center started. Women Violence Protection Domestic Act 2005. Prohibition of Sexual Harassment of Women in Working Place Act 2013. In Karnataka, 50% of seats reserved for women in local self-governments. Women Helpline number 1091. Parliament has passed Nari Shakti Vandana Abhiyan Act giving 33% of reservation to women in Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies. Women education, women empowerment. So this is about the 4-mark question, total 4 questions, 16 marks. Let's move on to last main. In the outline map of India provided to you, mark any 5 among the following places. Dear students, this is the changes this year. It has been provided by board. Map will be provided by through the examination. So you need to locate the places. There will be 7 places are there. So my suggestion is that you have to locate all the 7 places. In case of by miss locating the places of chances of missing, even alternatives are there, you will get out 5 marks. Okay. Among that, Coromandel Coast, Pakra Nangal Project, Kandla Port, Jamshedpur, River Narmada, Gauhati, Bhadravati. So here it is Bakra Nangal Project. So here see Kandla Port, then Jamshedpur, River Narmada, and then Gauhati. It's in part of Assam, Bhadravati, and then option A, the Coromandel Coast. So here this Coromandel Coast, it is from India first lesson, India geographical position and physical features. And Bakra Nangal. So this is the question. It is from the India water resources. Next, third one, Kandla Port. It is from India transport and communication. Jamshedpur, India major industries. River Narmada, this is from the India water resources. Gauhati, it is from India transport and communication lesson. Bhadravati, even it is from major industries. So for these places you need to concentrate. So that's it from the state level SSLC preparatory examination 2024 and 25, the complete analysis from this video. In case if you have any doubts, you can comment in the comment box. I will try to solve your doubts. And I will come back with the next video. Until, keep watching my channel. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you in the next session. Bye-bye. Take care.